Look at these stock market futures for the week starting September the 15th. This is the E-mini S&P. I'm just showing the December contract only here, seeing as we're about to expire in September this week. Not a particularly positive picture after this week. Obviously, we've come off from a high of 1998. We got to a low of 1971. We've closed just a little bit below this July high here at 1977. We closed only a fraction below it, but we have taken out 2 weeks worth of gains. So all in all, this isn't a particularly positive picture, and if anything, I would say I feel it's more likely there'll be some more losses to come. Bit of profit taking. Not a huge collapse, I don't think, but a bit more profit taking. It's not the most positive picture. This is a bit of a rounding top here, so again, just adds to that negative picture. We've got some targets on the downside. I think that any decent sell-off will be a buying opportunity. I don't see this as a big collapse, as I've said, but I do favour some more moves to the downside. DAX not really doing anything at all, mostly sideways for this week, or for last week, I should say. Just going to put a trend line in here. You can see that this trend line is quite relevant. We just closed below it, a little bit just below it. So if anything, more negative, but it's not until we get below this important support, the 9610, 9600 area, that we would need to worry. We had that as good support on Friday. We bounced just above it, in fact. So you can see that this August high up here, 9601. So that's going to be the important level for this week. Break below there is going to add some pressure. We'll have some downside targets on the reports and some support levels. We're going to have to really get back, well, at least above Friday's high, of course, 97.21. Then we've got Thursday's high, 97.37, before things can look more positive. So if anything, again, just like the S&P, I'd favour the downside here. We did close below the 200-day moving average for the first time in a while on Friday. Not the most positive picture, but I don't think we're going to see anything. I don't think we're going to see a huge sell-off. Stochastics are a little bit negative, but considering we've been in a decent bull trend, I wouldn't put too much significance on that. But we'll see if we head down a little, and maybe that will provide some buying opportunities. Just showing you a weekly chart of the DAX here. It's very, very, very early days, and I'm really jumping the gun here, but you can see how this could turn out to be a potential head and shoulders top on the weekly chart. And this left shoulder was built up over a good 4-month period, and indeed the head was built up over a 3-month period. So it could be another 3 to 4 months of us building this right shoulder, if it were to be a right shoulder. I'm speculating enormously here and just showing what could potentially happen. But at the moment, with last week's failure to break higher, this does look like it could turn into a right shoulder. We won't know until 2 or 3 months down the line at least. And of course, if that were the case, we'd have to watch what will be this neckline here. The neckline itself is a long way away, down at the 8900 level, and it would be a break below there that would confirm the head and shoulders pattern and send this market significantly lower. But as I say, long way off that. It's just something I wanted to point out. FTSE, I imagine, getting caught up in some of the politics this week with referendums and such like. We've had a decent rally up through August, of course, but that was reversed this week. And we've come back lower, probably more on politics than anything else. We'll just have a look at the daily chart. Of course, the outcome of the Scottish referendum is going to be a big factor this week, and you've seen increased volatility throughout the week as these polls have been released. No doubt more increased volatility leading up to that vote, and then it's just a case of what the outcome is, and that will depend on where the FTSE goes. So really, not much point in trying to guess on events like this, but important levels are on your report. Just watch this 100-day moving average, 67.56 it is at the moment. We've been holding above there since we broke higher in the middle of August, and that will be something to watch at least. We've got some trend lines here, and if we can get back above this 2-day high up here, 68.59, 68.60, that would be more positive, of course, but I'll leave the rest of the levels on the report for you to follow during the week, and hopefully make some money out of this volatility.